What's your take on it at this point?
I don't know some of what's going on. They should have arrested me Monday morning, today being Wednesday morning. They're conniving and putting together something. We're here because we very responsibly tried all of the court proceedings to secure the right to, well, public tenting zones or the right to erect a tent during the day. And the appeals court denied it, so that's good. We know that the appeals court is full of shit.
If David, you could erect a tent during the day, does that give you a property right, or are they afraid that you have a property right at that point?
I don't know if they go that far. I think maybe it's more there's someone who isn't contributing rent to society, and that's a bad thing in some people's eyes.
Yeah. So you think that's what the whole of it is, but the fact that they can't allow anybody freedom, like on the lowest level, like the people who are most desperate, aren't able to protect themselves while being forced outside. Like how can they get away with that?
Well, they can get away with it by saying we're really, really horrible and we will do horrible things to maintain the Crown's civilization. And so, yeah, they can get away with it because everyone else is horribly afraid of being poor, and they'll look the other way as the poor are repressed and suppressed and oppressed.
What do you think would happen if they did allow you to to be able to camp outside?
It would save the world.
Who's that there? Look like Cliff. No. It would save the world because people wouldn't voluntarily stay in circumstances which are so horrible because there is no alternative to paying rent. There is no alternative. You have no choice.
Yeah. And so not having to pay rent anymore would free people up, follow their inspirations, and a lot of that inspiration would go towards the massive gardening projects to dig ourselves out of this hellish hole we've found ourselves in as a society.
Beautiful music, actually. Really nice. So what do you think is going to happen today? What's your take?
I really don't know. I would bet I'm getting arrested today.
Yeah. And what do you think the judge, like, they sentenced you last time to 60 days in jail?
You can't say. There's so much conniving. They might give me exactly the same sentence again. Another 60-day sentence, so 40 days in jail. They might prolong it. They might put me in the Eric Martin Pavilion for a psychiatric evaluation. There's no saying what they would do.
So, I don't know. Anything else you'd like to add, just in case this is your last time? The last time I get to film you?
The two most important words in the world are fate and patience.
I'm going to have to get you in your words to explain those. Like there's a lot of people, like you say, there is no choice. Like I know that's your belief, and most people believe that you did choose this path.
Well, that's easy for people to do that when they don't have to think about what would lead me to do it, because they would just say that I made a crazy choice and then they don't have to think about it anymore. But if you start asking yourself, how did that come to be? For anything, for this situation, for anything you've ever done, for anything anyone's ever done, what led to that moment? And you'll see that there was no choice involved. That the winds of experience have blown everyone that way.
Yeah, exactly. If you think about it, but I mean, it's such a simple thing. Why would anybody think other than? Is it like a control of the brain? Has the brain been mutated so the people aren't thinking clearly? Is that what's going on?
Sort of. It's pride. The governing system instills pride in the people, and then they can think that individual egos are responsible for their actions, and therefore you can spite people for their bad choices and condemn them while you make good choices and enjoy the fruits of your labor while ignoring your fellow living beings as they suffer.
And patience.
Patience is better than panic.
So, like I talked to you before, and I asked you how you manage to do such incredible things that you do. You seem to get done, like the amount of time that you spend in jail, and how you get through sentences. And you always say it's moment by moment, day by day, and it just happens. Is that your patience? Like you practice that?
Pretty much. It can be really intense. There'll be moments where I'll just have to rest my brow and say patience in my head over and over and over again for tens of minutes.
Yeah. Well, David, if I next time I see you, you're behind that glass, I'm going to hate it that they can do that to you. That they can take a person and take your freedom away for what you're doing. I think that's just despicable action on this government to do that, and on anybody who would take those kinds of orders.
Yeah, well, that's another reason patience is good, because everything's crazy. We've overpopulated the planet while depending on corruption, so if we don't want to depend on corruption anymore, we gotta start gardening with much efficiency.
Thank you, David. Good.